Maharashtra's elections. Always a bit of a wild ride,
Yeah.
right? But this time, things are getting especially interesting. We've got a straight-up murder mystery on our hands, all tangled up in the political drama.
And not just any murder. This involves an NCP leader right in the middle of campaign season. Talk about throwing a wrench in the works.
Yeah, so we're going deep on this one. We've got 3 different articles about the murder of Sachin Kurmi, and frankly, the more you dig, the less clear things become.
Which is often how it goes with these things. The surface story is rarely the whole story, especially when politics are involved.
So for those who maybe haven't been following every twist and turn, Sachin Kurmi, he was a member of the NCP, specifically the Ajit Pawar faction.
The faction that, if I may add, is currently partnered up with the BJP. Important context.
It is indeed. And he was attacked late at night in Byculla, Mumbai.
Not exactly known for being the safest neighborhood, even at the best of times, is it?
No, not really. Now, the articles we've got, they're a little vague on the specifics, but they all keep mentioning a, and I quote, sharp-edged weapon. Doesn't exactly sound like a random mugging gone wrong, does it?
It does not. That phrasing alone suggests something planned, targeted. This wasn't some brawl that got out of hand.
Right, it feels very deliberate. And then there's this detail, and I'm quoting directly from one of the articles here. Kurmi was taken to JJ Hospital, but despite the commotion, not a single party worker was present or gave a statement.
Now that is strange, isn't it? You'd think there'd be at least some kind of showing, some statement, something.
You absolutely would. So what does that tell us?
Well, it could be a lot of things. Maybe fear, internal squabbles within the NCP, perhaps something tied to Kurmi's specific faction. Or maybe they're trying to control the narrative, keep a tight lid on things. Hard to say for sure, but that silence is deafening.
It really is. And you've got to wonder, who benefits from all of this? Kurmi's gone, the NCP is left dealing with the fallout, and all of this happens, and this is where the timing gets really suspicious, on the very same day that both Modi and Rahul Gandhi are in Maharashtra for their campaigns.
Like I said, the surface story is rarely the whole story. You've got to wonder about coincidences like that, don't you?
You really do. It's too convenient. Makes you think this whole thing was orchestrated to, I don't know, disrupt the NCP's campaign. So some chaos. Maybe even sway voters who are already feeling unsure about things.
Oh, absolutely. It's a classic tactic, really. Muddy the waters right before an election. Make people question who they can trust.
So we've got a murder, a whole lot of unanswered questions, and an election that's probably just going to get even more heated.
Yeah.
What does this say about politics, not just in Maharashtra, but maybe in India in general?
I think it shows just how messy, how complicated things really are. There are always things happening behind the scenes, power plays, alliances shifting. It's a reminder that power, well, it attracts all sorts, and not all of them play by the rules.
That's a really good point. And it makes you think, doesn't it? Makes you think about what we don't see, the forces at play that shape the world around us.
It's easy to get caught up in the headlines, but sometimes you have to step back, look at the bigger picture, the unspoken truths behind the events.
Exactly. And that's what we're trying to do here, dig a little deeper, ask the uncomfortable questions.
Because those are often the questions that need asking the most.
So, to everyone listening, we want to hear from you. What do you make of this whole situation? What do you think is really going on here? Let us know. This is a conversation that's far from over.